And we are back at Up North at 4. So today we are joined with Dan, who is live at the Milwaukee RNC right now.
There he is. Hey, Dan, how are you?
Hey, Jeff and Agnes. I'm doing great. It's been a really fun week for a journalist. Historic moment, Milwaukee hosting the RNC. So we are inside the Fiserv Forum right now, usually home of the Milwaukee Bucks, but a totally different kind of sport, the sport of politics. And conventions are known for riling up the base, right? We have delegates here from all over the country. These are the most passionate Republicans in the country, and they want to hear about the hot button issues. When it comes to Republicans, that means immigration, that means overdose deaths, and that means weaponization of the Department of Justice. Those are the three things that have really been eliciting the biggest response here at the Republican National Convention, and probably more of that this evening.
Time address by former President, Trump. And what do we expect to hear from Mr. Trump tonight?
Yeah, sure. So the president is set to speak at around 9 p.m. tonight. And, a lot of things have changed in the past week. We look back to Saturday with the attempted assassination. We've heard reports that his speech was completely thrown away, and he's rewritten a new one that'll embrace more of a unifying message. We'll see if that happens this evening. But, of course, the other huge kind of curveball is that the Democrats are in disarray over who will be at the top of their ticket this November. More and more calls are for Joe Biden to step down. So I would expect the former president to continue what's been going on the attacking of Vice President Kamala Harris. She's seen as the likely successor to Biden at the top of the ticket if Biden chooses to step down.
And Dan, what else can we look forward to at the RNC for the rest of the week?
Well, I couldn't quite hear you, Agnes, so I'm just going to go on a rant. I will say I was down on the convention floor last night, and it's just very interesting to kind of see Congress members of the media. I saw my most favorite podcaster, so I said hi to her and thanked her for all the work she did. So it's cool to see a lot of journalists that I respect. I'm a big fan of the analysis of Brooks and Capehart on PBS News. Their booth is right over there. So I was watching them doing their program, not able to see them, but I was actually able to watch it later, kind of a surreal moment for me.
And these events, Dan, they're electric, right? They're meant to kind of rowdy up the crowd. I was watching some live shots earlier. Kid Rock was on stage. Did you see Kid Rock?
Yeah, I mean, it's been muted. People are really excited, though. People are unified behind Trump, and they are really excited to see him tomorrow night. The biggest response I heard was yesterday when Peter Navarro spoke on the floor. He had just been released from prison. So I would expect President Trump to lean in to the base that's here, but you also have to keep in mind there's a lot more people watching all over the country. And one thing I will mention is what's not being talked about. It's funny, if we were at the DNC, these issues would be flipped, but I haven't heard really one mention of Roe versus Wade being overturned, the January 6th riots, as well as the election denialism that has been pervasive in much of the party.
Lots to cover there. Okay, well, we will see you at live reports at 5 and 6 tonight. Dan, thank you for joining us today. We'll be right back after this.